Hello, this is Melissa Vasquez with MPA 580. In my presentation, To Cross or Not to Cross, we will be analyzing an ethical problem using theories presented during the class and coming to a conclusion of the ethics at heart of this problem. So the problem is during a routine inspection, an inspector contacts the farm. And the company representative has asked the inspector to bypass physical verification procedures for ensuring confinement spaces for egg-laying hens. Basically, going out there to the farm and physically verifying that laying hens have the appropriate space that is needed per the law. The inspector explains to the representative that it is not possible due to department policies and procedures unless the task becomes impossible. During the inspection, though, the inspector becomes aware that the company representative, who is also an active board member, has reached out to management and requested to cease physical verification and find alternate means for verifying animal confinement areas. So what is the mission statement of the department? It is to promote California agriculture, protect public and animal health while enhancing stewardship of the environment. We're going to focus here on the promoting and protecting public and animal health. As a professional, the obligations are to develop policies and procedures that are based on ethical, scientific evidence in order to gain public trust, using knowledge and skills and experience to promote equitable distribution of burdens regardless of a group's relative position and social hierarchies. Another code of ethics that come into play is animal welfare. The obligation there is to apply laws impartially, uh, promote humane treatment of animals, and be consistent in the procedures while allowing some flexibility, but also considering opposing viewpoints. So the first theory that we're using here is utilitarianism. So utilitarianism, it addresses what the public wants. The public wants to ensure that animals used in production are housed under proper conditions and have sufficient space to move around, and hence the enactment of a new law. In this case, the concerns of the public overshadow the concerns of the industry, masses, over the concerns of the industry who are small, a small group who is opposing the confinement laws. Now, the other theory is contractarianism, and how it applies is that confinement laws have been enacted for the ethical treatment for animals used in production. So the law has defined exactly how much space an animal needs for movement in order to maximize animal welfare. Participants must comply to abide by the social contract if freely participating in the industry. Now, the last theory I bring up here is the Rawlsian theory. And the government's way of establishing legitimacy is by exercising justice. In Rawls' theory, justice is fairness, and the level playing field has to benefit the least advantageous individuals. So, finally, the decision. To bypass current policies and procedures would be unethical. The government has defined space as a requirement for animal welfare. Then government has a responsibility to ensure that animals are held in a manner that protects its welfare by developing policies and procedures that ensure that this is happening. And this includes verifying that they have physically verifying that they have the required space. As a representative of the state, our duty is to the public and stakeholders, and includes ensuring compliance with the law, ensuring a level playing field for all stakeholders. Not allowing procedures can open back doors for others to request that same treatment, as well as minimize, this is the most important part to me, that it would also minimize our legitimacy in the eyes of the public after they have requested what they want. If we do not establish legitimacy, then social order may disintegrate. However, that is not to say that policies and procedures are set in stone. Scientific studies are always evolving, and there's always better ways that can be found to do stuff in order to better fit the needs of the public and the industry. But this will be done after considerable evaluation and not at the sudden request of one entity asking for special treatment. Thank you for watching my presentation, and these are my references.